Matriarch, there is a massive output of void energy spiking from the temple below.
Target the epicenter.
I do not come as your enemy, Dark Templar. You must listen to me, Matriarch. Amon's trap is sprung. Your leader is in grave danger.
You think us fools?
Yes, but that is irrelevant. What is relevant is that Amon has opened the gateway to the void. Dark energies pour from within, and they will burn through your precious leader, and any who oppose Amon. I can guide you to Artanis before this fate befalls him. If we are bold, we can stop the Dark God's assault.
Am I to believe that the moment you're released, your blade will not be in my back?
You waste time. Lower your blades. I am Alarak, first descendant of the Tal'Darim. Amon has betrayed my people. Retribution will be claimed for this, and if your hierarch survives, he will aid in it. Make your decision.
You will take us to Artanis.
Most wise.
I have brought an additional defensive ability online, Matriarch. Please visit the Solar Core to configure it.
All right, welcome back. StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Exciting beginning to Episode 11, Harbinger of Oblivion. And if that weren't enough, we have a new Spear of Adun column unlocked. So going over the new abilities there, we get Mass Recall, teleports all the units in the target area back to the Nexus. Everybody that got teleported gets a 200-point damage shield for 20 seconds. Shield Overcharge, give all your units and structures a 200-point damage shield for 20 seconds. Or Deploy Phoenix. You actually deploy the big robot Phoenix down onto the battlefield. He slams down, does 200 damage in the area, and then he just goes on a rampage and does all these auto attacks. And it's pretty cool to see Phoenix down there kicking ass, so I'm going to go ahead and take it for this next mission. But in all reality, it's not actually that great an ability, not compared to Shield Overcharge. That thing is just beautiful. So you see we reset things, took Deploy Phoenix, took Orbital Assimilators, and with the leftover we're going to put it in Starting Supply and then an extra auxiliary system here, Shield Recharge Rate.
Matriarch, the Keystone has begun absorbing void energies at an unprecedented rate.
Then this Tal'Darim speaks the truth.
Void energies flood from the temple. With each passing moment, the threat grows. I do not trust him, but all data points to the scenario he describes. A gateway to the void has been opened.
Is there any way to pinpoint Artanis?
No. The energies are making us virtually blind.
We must put our faith in this Tal'Darim. It pains me to do so. Rohana! Rohana!
You sought honor, and now you have found it. The cradle of life, both your beginning and your end.
Release her, Amon.
Do you seek deliverance within? Within these empty halls, you will find none here. Only the truth of the Zelnaga's failure.
Let her go!
I offer a gift. Release in oblivion.
Silence!
Okay, you kind of expect a follow-up talk with Rohana here, but there isn't one.
The starfighters have arrived, and they await evaluation.
These purifiers have joined our army, Hierarch. It seems they are willing to serve you. For now.
Where shall we march?
Okay, we got the final faction of the Ranged Warriors, the Adept from the Purifier faction. And they're an interesting unit, and we're actually going to use them in this next mission. They project this shade, and it just sort of floats along, and nothing can see the shade or attack it. And then when it reaches its destination, the Adept teleports to that spot. So, pretty useful in certain situations.
This Tal'Darim has brought warriors with him. Perhaps there is a benefit to his presence after all.
Where does my prey hide?
Okay, the Tal'Darim faction, Dark Templar, the Blood Hunter, they're pretty cool. They can disable enemy units and structures, including detectors, so they can be useful, but ultimately the Nerazim Dark Templars with Shadow Fury is just too good.
Khatum.
The skies await.
And as for the Starfighters, we actually unlocked these 2 missions ago after Temple of Unification. It's just we didn't come down here to select these factions yet.
It is a good day to die.
So here they are. We got the Aiur faction Phoenix, which you know it has the Gravitron beam, or the Nerazim faction Corsair, and they disable land units, and then they do
The skies await.
they do area damage to air units. So Corsairs are actually really good, but so are Phoenix. The thing is, I never really make these type of units moving forward, so I just put it on Phoenix and leave it there.
Your hierarch is apparently unaware of the danger closing in around him. If you desire his safe return, you will send your warriors to these coordinates now. This path will lead your forces toward Tanis. I have done as I promised, Dark Templar. Now go tell your hierarch. I am waiting for him.
Matriarch, our High Templar have volunteered to aid you.
The loss of the Kala was not easily borne, but we are ready to serve once again.
Templar, I thank you for your bravery in this dire time. We will recover our hierarch.
For Artanis, we continue on. Unleash psionic storms, brothers. Let these hybrid thralls feel the wrath of the Templar. My charge.
Okay, so here we go with Harbinger of Oblivion. They kind of introduce the new unit, the High Templar, to you and teach you about its abilities.
I heed the call. I have heard of these Terran specters. Focus their energies into a feedback loop. They will not bear it. We continue on. For Artanis.
To me, my swarm!
Templar, join us, quickly! Olak. Vorazun, your forces have arrived just in time. Amon has opened a portal to the Void. It must be shut down before it tears us apart.
Agreed. My swarm and I will bear the brunt of Amon's power and buy you time. But it's up to you to seal that portal.
The gateway draws power from these void crystals. We will need to destroy them if we are to seal the gate.
Then it shall be done.
The darkness is approaching my hive cluster, Artanis. I hope you're getting ready to disable those crystals. I'll continue sending as many Zerg as I can spare to help you. Fight well, Templar.
Okay, so you're going to see me play around with these High Templar that we start with. I'm actually not going to make any more. Just the strategy I use doesn't call for them. However, there is an achievement called Stormcaller to get 15 kills with their Storm ability. So I am going to try to get that, although ultimately we don't get it. But that's just what I'm doing here. And obviously this also serves the very useful purpose of clearing out enemies near your base. And it's kind of fun. It's one of the few missions where you actually get to play around with your units and do something while you're going through the typically slow motions of setting up your Protoss base, you know. Otherwise we'd just be staring at our Nexus and not doing anything.
Hierarch, I am detecting several energy sources hidden across the temple. They appear to be Xel'Naga vessels, ancient power sources. If we can locate them, I should be able to use their energy to free up additional solarite from the Spear of Adun's core.
We've secured a Xel'Naga vessel, Karax. Prepare for transfer.
Unbelievable. Despite eons of inactivity, these devices are still at full power.
Okay, so those will be our bonus objectives. We've got 1 of 3. Activate these Xel'Naga vessels. They're basically trivial. You just find them and you're good to go. Base-wise, I've got 2 forges coming up because I want to get our upgrades for ground units very quickly. And then I also had to queue up a cybernetics core because we're going to be making ranged warriors, and you need a cybernetics core to do that. Now there you saw I just dropped deploy Phoenix, and you can kind of see him just kicking ass. He's pretty fun, and I regret not being able to just let the camera stay on him so you could watch him. He's pretty cool, and he does kick ass. But I needed to get back and get our macro and our economy going here.
Chosen, slay these heretics in Amon's name!
I'll serve. For Artanis.
Now the strategy I'm going to use is pretty cool, and I got it from Sick Gamer, and in his video he claims to have gotten it from Bach-Tran Lee Quan. Now I tried to look that name up using multiple spellings and I couldn't find any Bach-Tran Lee Quan, so maybe just someone who messaged Sick Gamer and told him about how to do it this way.
This crystal's defenders have fallen. Artanis, have your warriors see to its destruction. The swarm is moving on. Minions, push forward. Engage Amon's forces. Artanis, now's a good time to make your move.
So like I said, we're going to be using Adepts, that Purifier faction version of the ranged warrior with that Project Shade ability. And we're going to need quite a few, so I've gotten 8 gateways up and coming. And like I said, I already got 2 forges researching ground unit upgrades. And then you may have noticed a Phoenix just popped out. Teleport successful. I thought you just said that you're never going to make Phoenixes. And no, I don't use Phoenixes, but this strategy calls for 1 Phoenix to be made, and it just gets used as a spotter for line of sight, and you'll understand that when we actually get to that part. But yeah, you need 1 Phoenix, and the rest is just a bunch of Adepts. Now right here, sorry for the break in immersion, you'll notice sound gets disabled. I was trying to hit Shift S so I could make multiple Adepts, and I accidentally hit Control S, which I had no idea was the hotkey to disable sound, so I just hit it again, and then I hit Shift S and made our first batch of adepts. So apologies for that break in immersion, but I didn't want to ruin what was otherwise a pretty good take, so we're going with it.
Yes, Executor?
Okay, so there I didn't want to engage with my adepts because I was saving them, and I was also trying to get a few more storm kills with the High Templar. So with that attack out of the way, and we got 16 adepts, we're going to send them out and get them in the action. So notice here I used the shade ability, and you can see it there. See, it just goes by. Now the actual adepts stay where you left them until the shades get to their destination, and then boom, the adepts teleport to that spot.
The second Zelnaga power source has been secured. I only detect one energy signal left.
Give us your command. Let none deter us. Combat awaits. We serve with pride.
Time for battle.
All right. I'm pressing towards a crystal. If you feel like joining me, don't get in the way.
Okay, so there, with the help of Deploy Phoenix, was able to take out that group, and then we used Deploy Pylon and summon a whole bunch more adepts.
Shall persevere to glory. The Templar march.
Artanis, hurry up and disable those void crystals. My hive cluster is taking a beating.
Forward. We are of what?
I am eager to strike.
Give us your command.
That is the last of the vessels, Karax.
Understood. I am transferring the final power source now.
Okay, so there's the last of the bonus objectives. That's good to go. Now we're going to plop down, deploy Pylon right there. We brought a probe up. We're going to make 3 Caterin monoliths. And once they phase in, what they're going to attack, you're going to see in just a second, I move the camera over, one of the void crystals is just to the right, and they'll be able to attack it from that ledge. And that's what the Phoenix is for. He's going to be able to fly over there and give them line of sight. See, it's right there. And then they'll be able to take it out on their own from there.
The firstborn shall persevere. Glory to the Daemon.
Okay, very sloppy defense there. I mean, I saved my Nexus, which is good, but one of the downsides to using this strat is no Solar Lance. If you had Solar Lance, that little attack is trivial. It's all done. But instead, we had the crappy Orbital Strike, and on top of that, I completely missed with the targeting, so that was not good. Okay, back up here. We're having a little bit of trouble with some passers-by, but you can see this is pretty much working. The monoliths have line of sight, and they're attacking that void crystal. And here, this kind of errant passerby, Thor, he does destroy one of the monoliths, but it doesn't matter. We get the void crystal killed.
Crystal destroyed. Sensors are showing 3 more remain, Hierarch.
It shall be done.
Minions, push forward. Engage Amon's forces. Artanis, now's a good time to make your move.
Pour Arzalah. The temple I have met the enemy.
Two crystals destroyed. I suspect Amon's forces will not let us take the next two so easily.
Hybrid are moving to attack our nexus point. Ready our defenses.
Forward.
Okay, so a little sloppy. I should have projected the shade sooner before they were actually fighting the enemies, but you get the idea. He used the project shade to teleport behind the void crystals and then kill them really quickly and then
Yes,
teleport out
Executor.
again and get out of there.
We are.
So it's a pretty fun, sneaky strat.
Let
Base is under attack.
Glory to the Daylong. The firstborn shall persevere. I have met the enemy.
So you see here, I have some void rays and other things attacking me, but I'm just leaving it. I'm not going to defend base. I'm going for broke here, Devatron. Going for the last two void crystals and getting out.
My hive cluster won't survive much longer. Disable the crystals now!
Pylon is under attack.
The Templar.
Only one remains, and the portal is growing unstable. We must destroy the final crystal, and do so with haste.
Hybrid inbound on our nexus point. Warriors, intercept them.
So just one to go. I wasn't able to get Hive 5, which is the achievement for Kerrigan not to lose more than 3 hives, but I still like this strategy. It's fun to pull off.
Minions, push forward. Engage Amon's forces. Artanis, now's a good time to make your move.
Let this be a reckoning. From this point forward, we stand united. We shall turn back the tide of Amon's darkness. We fought well this day, Kerrigan. Join us. Together, we can defeat Amon and send him back into the void.
My swarm was broken here, Artanis. I'll need time to rebuild my forces.
There is no time. My people are being consumed. Their very flesh turned into Amon's own. I cannot wait.
Then you must do as I have. Gather allies, subjugate enemies, do whatever you can to ensure victory. Survival is never pretty.
We are very different leaders, but I thank you nonetheless. Until we meet again.
Alright, that'll wrap up the Ulnar missions. I wasn't able to get the achievements on this one, which is ironic because Sick Gamer Strat is designed to get those, but I did get the mastery achievement called Solo Operative, right? Which involved disabling 2 void crystals without the help of Kerrigan. So, hope you enjoyed that. It was a fun one. This is StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. We'll see you in the next episode.